General MacArthur drops a atomic bomb.
Right at the start of turn 6 for the Allies, the American and Europe have bought 2 heavy tanks and 2 transports. NATO has bought 3 armor, 3 infantry, 3 transports, and both of them bought, and then they bought tech dice, which they were successful. The United States unlocked advanced AAA guns, which means anti-aircraft guns hit on a 2 or less, and NATO was able to unlock heavy tanks. SATO attempted a tech roll for war bonds and failed. Then SATO bought 3 infantry, and then the US bought 2 heavy armor, 2 airborne, and a marine. Going over now to the attacks. Let's see here. In the attacks, the Allied forces in southern Italy are going to move against the Russian army in northern Italy. In the Pacific, SATO is launching an amphibious assault on Thailand, as well as an airborne drop onto South Indochina. The American 7th Fleet is moving against this Chinese destroyer. And then the tank forces in South Korea are going to blitz through North Korea into Manchuria, and the American units in Emmer are going to move into Manchuria. So we'll get the rolls for the few battles over with, and we'll take a look at the aftermath. All right, going around the board, just kind of taking a look. The NATO was successful in liberating northern Italy. Out of the 10 Soviet tanks that were killed, NATO lost 5, so they lost half their strength in conquering it. But it looks like, obviously, the Russians might be hard-pressed to try and liberate it this turn, or liberate it in the next turn. In Southeast Asia, SATO was successful in reclaiming Thailand and South Indochina. The US 7th Fleet, with SATO air support, was able to destroy the one Chinese destroyer, but they also sunk an American destroyer. And the Americans were successful in getting into Manchuria. So that is the results of the combat. We'll move into strategic movements, deploy, and collect IPC. So at the end of turn 6, the Americans have dropped their heavy tanks and transports. The American convoy is heading for Europe. The Allies are doing their best to reinforce what they can. And over in Asia, SATO's put more troops into Malaya. And I made a mistake during the buying phase. I forgot I had bought 2 airborne divisions for SATO as well. So they deployed 2 airborne divisions again. And then up in here, the Americans are poised in Manchuria over the Chinese, and they got their heavy tanks into Emmer. So that is the state of the game at the end of turn 6. It's, like I said, it's kind of beginning to look a little stalemated at this point. I think at this point, looking at it, it's probably all going to come down to the dice rolls for this turn. So that is the end of turn 6. I keep saying this might be the last one, or I keep telling myself this might be the last one, but I don't know. I might have to do a turn 7 and see if it actually is the end, or if somehow the Allies are going to be able to turn it around.